Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading for the week covering March 26th through April the 8th, 2024. I'm now doing 2-week readings, doing 6 signs at a time, 6 signs every other week. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. And if you are returning, welcome back. I hope we have a good reading for you for this eclipse season. We are moving into a lunar and solar eclipse season cycle. The day that this video will be coming out will be the day of the lunar eclipse, which is March the 25th, and then there will be a solar eclipse on April the 8th, which is the last day that this reading covers. We are also on April 1st moving into a Mercury retrograde period, so there's a lot coming up that can not only bring out a lot of truths, but also potentially can cause a lot of confusion. So we'll take a look at everything that's going on in this time period. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment if you choose. And also I have some links down in the description box below with regard to myself, giving my readings, my spiritual coaching business, my social media, and all of that you can find in the description box below this video. We read this according to the 12 houses of astrology. So each position represents a different astrological house, and if you're not familiar with those, it should become clear pretty quickly how that works. And the main deck that I use is Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche, and I will clarify with a tarot deck. This week I am using the Tarot of the Spirit is the deck that I'm using, and then I usually have an oracle reading at the end. Just pull one card, and the oracle that we are using this week is going to be the Moonology deck. So let's begin at the beginning. First house has to do with Aries energy. So this is you, how you project yourself to the world, how other people see you. We have Anubis with Mother Wind. Okay, so Mother Wind, you are in a very, well, Virgo, it's energetically, I mean, this is an air card, but you are Earth, but you do have this very detail-oriented, organized, grounded, no-nonsense kind of approach. And that might be something you have in common with this Mother Wind card. Mother Wind is somebody who is not prone to flights of fancy, somebody who sees things directly as they are, is very clear, and wants very clear, direct answers, does not want anybody who is using doublespeak or anything like that. You are certainly going to be coming across as somebody who is very clear in your speech and communication, something that is quite important at this time. Of course, we do have it with the Anubis card, and Anubis may indicate protecting your boundaries. So with the Mother Wind, this also could be that you might be being a little prickly with people, maybe a little bit more detached, trying to keep a little space for yourself. Maybe you are in a time period right now where you feel like you need to enforce your own boundaries. So so take that as it resonates there. Anubis can also show up here when we feel a need for diplomacy or a need for very clear communication with people. And I could see where that would be an issue during the Mercury retrograde period where communication tends to go awry. Second house is Taurus energy, so this is your finances, primarily your personal finance, also your possessions and also what you value. This is the house of Venus energy. And wow, we have the Lovers and the Twins. Okay, this is basically the same card in both decks. So we have some choices here, financially speaking. Now, these can be choices, these can also be partnerships. Even though I feel that more generally speaking, this does represent you having to make some kind of a decision about your money. I do feel that with the twins, this particular twins card is less about choice and more about something that has two sides. Strong Gemini energy for both. So I feel like, there's going to be somebody else involved in your personal financial situation in some way, or there's some kind of joint financial arrangement, which is interesting that it shows up here because the 8th house is actually the house of joint finances. But it does seem clear that another person is going to be factoring into your financial situation, or there's going to be some kind of choices that you're going to have to make very soon. So we'll see what shows up in the rest of the reading to see if what that choice might be shows up. Remember, this is a general reading, so I'm going to be trying to read all aspects of the house, and I may give some very specific readings at some point, and those may or may not be for you. If they don't seem to apply to your circumstance, then you can discard them. But I do try to give as many interpretations as possible, the most general and then the specific ones that come to mind. Okay, so here we have in the 3rd house, this is the house of Mercury. So this is the house where we are dealing with the retrograde This is a house dealing with messages, communications, self-employment, if you are in fact self-employed. It has to do with sibling relationships, so relationships with your brothers and sisters, and also quick communication, travel, short-term travel, things like that are also covered by this house. Okay, and you have pyramid with the 5 of water. Okay, you've got the double 5s here. So yeah, there does seem to be a certain amount of struggle. Pyramid indicates a test situation, something in which you're being challenged. Maybe you're feeling that you're being challenged in your communications. Perhaps that's why you are feeling perhaps edgy or critical over here. Maybe there have been some challenging communications. 5 of water, though, has to do with things that we need to let go of, grieving losses. So I don't know if this is the loss connected to family, connected to a sibling, if this is about something that's happening in a business situation where maybe something that you've been doing, maybe there's been some kind of a loss and it's created some kind of a challenge. In any case, being that this is retrograde, I feel like this is a period of time where these struggles and challenges may be a result of the retrograde forcing you to reevaluate and relook at a particular situation, and to be able to let go of any past influences that may not be appropriate now. Okay, this may not be, when the 5 of Cups shows up, there's oftentimes we see, this is showing spilling. So you've got 3 spilled cups and you've got 2 full ones. And often this will show a person standing with their back to the 2 cups, mourning the spilling of these 3 cups. But you have to remember, you have to look at what you have, not at what you've lost. Okay, that seems to be something here. There may be a loss that you just simply need to let go of and move on. Cups often have to do with emotional losses, so take that as it resonates, but it is falling into the House of Cups. So this has something, I mean, it still could be something financial or something having to do with a business, but it just seems to be more about letting go, challenging communications that are kind of forcing you to let go of some person or situation. But it seems like because it's happening during the retrograde, it's bringing something to your attention perhaps that needs to end. Now, 4th house is Cancer energy. Cancer is the moon energy, and this has to do with your home, your roots, your ancestry. It has to do with your physical home and also your sense of security and potentially your mother as well. Okay, and we have Mother Water here with the Ankh. Wow. So we have very strong life, love energy here. Ankh is the symbol of life. Okay, when you hold the Ankh, you are holding the key to life. Okay, and Mother Water is the Queen of Cups. So this has to do with healing and the healing arts. It may have to do with intuitions. It just may be something where there is very strong emotion. So we've got strong water here, and we have this strong element of life. This could be a home situation. It could be that maybe you are feeling more, your sense of being alive may come from being at home or may come from your family. Or there's something very strongly emotional going on here, either with respect to your actual home and where you live or a family situation. Seeing this 5 of water over here, I don't know. I feel like this could be family situations that are very emotional or that stir up very deep emotions. And, with Ankh, this may be connected to, love of life or quality of life or things like that, things that are important to us. For some people, it could even mean a new love affair, maybe where you're going to have a lover who's moving into your house. Take it as it resonates. It's going to be different for different people. 5th house is Leo energy. This is creativity, children, love affairs, sometimes recreation. And wow, we have the star with the winged disc. So this is great. This is, okay, if this has to do with a love affair, if that's the angle of this that is going to apply to you, then this definitely indicates success, possibility, overcoming obstacles. I mean, this is great no matter what it's for. This strong Aquarius energy with this, so this could have to do with Aquarius. There's not a particular astrological sign associated with this, but being it's the sun disk, I would associate it more with the energy of this house, Leo energy. So if it's a love affair, if there's been any difficulties or what they call a crisis or a tower moment, certainly you're going to move past it. And this is really a card of wish fulfillment, and so is this. So there you could be having a wish fulfillment in terms of love or a love affair. Or this could be a situation with children. Okay, maybe something's going to happen. Maybe there's going to be a new child, or maybe there's going to be a new birth happening in this period of time. But yeah, there's this new beginning that we are seeing here. And if it doesn't have to do with a love affair, like I said, or a child, it can also have to do with a creative project that is finally, getting off the ground or represents a wish fulfillment for you. So, wow, really, really great omen here. I don't know why I'm feeling like this for somebody. This is going to mean a child that's going to be coming in this time period. But again, that's a very specific message. So, if that's not something going on in your life, if there's no pregnancies in your life right now, then don't worry about that. But I do feel like that is a message for somebody. Sixth house is your own energy, Virgo energy. This has to do with health and healing, with worry and anxiety, as Virgo is a very perfectionist kind of sign, and also has to do with service. So jobs that you would do for somebody else, whether you're doing it paid or unpaid, any kind of service or work, and also potentially with pets. Okay, now we've got Father Water here with fire. So we've got Mother Water and Father Water in this reading. So we've got the King and Queen of Cups. So for some of you, there could be something connected to love here for sure, if that's what you're looking for. Father Water has to do with keeping control of the emotions, but we have it with fire here. So fire would indicate just the opposite, very, very fiery emotions, potentially. Not necessarily, this is not coming up in the negative, so it's not coming up as anger, but more like there's very, very strong feelings, and maybe there's a need to keep them under control. Now, I don't know, this is water and fire together, so that can be an alchemical thing where the two manage to blend together in a certain way to balance each other out. It can also be that the water gets poured on the fire. So I don't know, there's always the possibility there that you are repressing emotion, but Father Water is more about mastery of the emotions. So I feel like maybe you have been mastering some deep, passionate emotions of some kind, something you have a very strong feeling about. Maybe it's connected to a family situation, since I'm seeing strong feelings here, and since we have Mother and Father Water. So it could be a family situation, but it could also be just a situation where I feel like you may be needing to keep a temper in check. And this may be connected to a job. This may be connected to a health situation. If you are somebody who's under a lot of stress or carrying a lot of burdens, then you may want to find some kind of an emotional release or way of balancing it, because you don't want it to have a negative impact on your health. And yeah, I don't know. Generally speaking, I just feel like this is about keeping feelings under control, but fire can also be about purifying as well. So this may be more like this Five of Water energy, in the sense of let's get rid of things that no longer serve us. Seventh house is Libra energy, and Libra has to do with relationships. It's the scales of balance. So something that has two sides literally has to do with balancing, but often committed relationships, legal relationships, okay, scales of justice. So it can be where you are, it could be a marriage commitment, it could be a business partnership, it could be somebody you're in a contract with. All of those are possible here. You can take what applies. If you are single and looking to be married, or wondering if you're going to be married, that's a question you have, then that would be addressed in this house as well. Okay, so we've got Three of Fire with the Crook and Flail. Now for somebody, this is definitely a business partnership of some kind, okay? Because Crook and Flail indicates somebody who's an expert or authority, or somebody who's visible. And Three of Fire has to do with manifesting something or bringing something in. So I feel like you are manifesting something. Maybe you're manifesting a relationship with somebody who is of importance, who is seen, or an influencer. I could go as far as to say a celebrity, but not necessarily. But nonetheless, Crook and Flail is somebody who's very important. They could be important in an academic or legal way, or they could be important just in the sense that they are regarded as an authority or an expert in something, or they're just very visible. Okay, so that's coming up there. That could be representing your partner. But the three here could indicate, I don't know, like if you are married, this could be bringing a third party in to help with a particular situation. I don't know if there's legal issues to be resolved, if maybe you're getting a lawyer for something. This is not implying divorce or anything like that. Although for some of you, if you are getting a divorce, it may be the idea that you're bringing a third party in to help with that. But I feel, I don't know, there's a strong sense of collaborating with somebody who is an expert or who is an authority, somebody who's in the right or going to set something to right, because this is Libra, so this is about finding justice and balance. So I feel like, yeah, this could either be about finding balance in a marriage relationship, or it could be, like I said, about some other kind of partnership or contractual relationship that you might be thinking about entering into. Now, if this is something new, if you're thinking about entering into a contractual relationship, wait until after April 24th, because during the retrograde, it's not a good time to sign papers. If you have no choice but to sign papers, then definitely involve that third party, involve a lawyer or somebody who is an expert and can make sure that what you're signing is actually okay. If you are somebody who is single and or dating somebody and thinking about marriage or wondering about that question, there could be a collaboration with somebody, maybe on something connected to business, and maybe this is a person, again, of high visibility or importance, who might be coming in, again, or at least just somebody who's an authority, who you might be partnering with in the future. Okay, 8th house is Scorpio energy. This is transformation, okay? Transformation and also joint finances, other people's money. Okay, so we have the universe or the world card with the buckle of Isis. It's funny, these are the last cards in both decks. So this to me represents an ending of some kind. Something is coming to an end. The universe most definitely means that something is coming to an end, okay? And buckle of Isis, I don't know. See, again, I'm seeing this down here. For some of you, this could be the end of a pregnancy. So maybe somebody's going to give birth to a child. But it can also mean just, buckle of Isis can just indicate efforts that you are making. Some kind of sacrifice that you've made or making will be rewarded and will come to an end. So, yeah, take that as it resonates. I don't know. That's going to mean different things to different people. But it does seem like something you've been either putting a lot of effort into, or a pregnancy is going to be coming to an end at this point, and it's a successful ending, not a catastrophic one. So, yeah. So I don't know. I'm feeling. It's funny. I think what's coming into my mind is I do know somebody who is Virgo, and they are expecting a grandchild very soon. So that's why I'm wondering, like, oh, I'm wondering if this is saying that this is going to happen. So that this person might be on my mind, but that aspect of it may not apply to you at all. So just sort of keeping that in mind. Okay, 9th house, Sagittarius energy. This is expansion, Jupiter energy. This would have to do with, how do I want to put it? Jupiter energy is expansion, education, higher education, continuing education, institutions connected with that. Also religious or spiritual thinking or philosophical thinking, deep thinking, okay? Not just the more superficial thinking of the 3rd house. This is deep thought. It's got to do with travel, long distance travel, not short trips, but long distance travel. Can also potentially have to do with legal matters. And Sagittarius is generally a house that centers around independence, freedom, and flexibility and things like that. And wow, you've got 2 ones here. It's funny, you have the 2 ending cards here and you have the 2 beginning cards here. So you've got the 1 of Earth, which is almost like a new financial opportunity, or new something new that's connected to your sense of security or your finances. Maybe this is going to be something new legally. I mean, maybe there's going to be new monies coming in through a contract. Maybe that's what we're seeing over here. And Osiris has strong father energy to it. But it can also, but it is also the card of Sagittarius. And this is a card of stability, judgment, again, authority. I don't know why this has a strong legal vibe to me, but for some of you, this could mean that you are, maybe some people have a new job, either in higher ed or in some kind of a spiritual or healing kind of organization. That is possible. Osiris, again, has that authority to it. So this is almost like emperor energy. So there could be some situation in which you are taking control or trying to grow something or building a foundation. Maybe you're going to be thinking about traveling or taking long trips. But it seems like there's some kind of a new beginning connected to that here. Although when it comes to travel, this is an earth card and this is fire, but it's also a tree. It's very rooted. So this doesn't strongly smack of taking a long journey. It's more the idea that there's going to be some kind of new beginning that's either connected in some way. There's something potentially financial about it, and in a good way, okay? But it's going to have to do either with higher education or with that deeper thought or some legal matter. So take that as it resonates there. 10th house, this is Capricorn energy. Capricorn is about your career, your fame, reputation, your legacy, what you want to leave behind for the world, so to speak, what you want to be known for, and also with father energy as well. And okay, we have 7 of water with Thoth. Now, 7 of water, okay, there's a couple possibilities here. This could mean a venture that you take up online, okay, because 7 of water, at least in the modern day, tends to have to do with internet transactions and things like that. Now, Thoth could have to do with several different things. One could be legal. One could be having to do with writing, because Thoth is the scribe of the Egyptian gods. It could also have to do with medical things, health and healing as well, because Thoth, as you can see, this is also the symbol of the medical community. So yeah, it could be a career connected, or a career move that's connected to one of those things. It can also indicate something where there is divine timing involved, okay? Thoth can sometimes come up when there is a situation that is, and for lack of a better phrasing, and I feel like this phrase might be a little loaded, but destined by fate, so to speak, okay? And when I say that, I'm not necessarily saying like, oh, you have a fixed fate and this is how things go. I feel more like it's saying there's just something that's happening. The universe is putting this in your path at the right time. But with 7 of water, it may be something either that's not clear to you right now, or it just may seem like it's something maybe that's a delusion or a pipe dream. It can also come up when we just have too many options and we're not really sure which one to pick when it comes to how we're going to move forward with something. But Thoth would indicate that there's certainly something's going to be standing out, potentially like an opportunity that's going to come in at the right time, and that may clear some of this up for you. 11th house, this is Aquarius energy. And Aquarius is about friendships. It's about your social networks, business networks. It can also be about your goals and your destiny. So we have, okay, air with 7 of fire. We got 2 7s here. Do we have a 7 in here? Only 2 so far. It's interesting. It's right next to each other. But 7 of fire is, okay, so this has to do with friendships and your networks and social networks. Air definitely does have to do with communication. So this could indicate meeting, going places, traveling, maybe making new friends, meeting new people. This could indicate that communication with friends or with your networks could be important. We have it with the 7 of fire. So the 7 of fire, it seems to indicate the need to defend yourself in some way. Okay, so it seems like there's going to be some situation where maybe you're going to feel like you're criticized, or maybe you feel like you have to answer for something. And this card would be saying stand your ground. I mean, this would say detach, be friendly, like don't take something too heavily to heart, especially if you feel like you are being criticized. You know, stay detached and friendly, but stand your ground in whatever's going on here, or whatever's coming up. And again, with the retrogrades, this could be a lot of different things. This could be relationship situations where you need to hash something out. This could be, like I said, there's an implied career change here that maybe seems a bit foggy at the moment. Yeah, you've got water in both of these places, and maybe some situation where you feel, yeah, because you've got this father, water, and fire over here. I just feel like there could be some kind of situation that's a little volatile right now. So you may be treading carefully in terms of communication. Yeah, you've got these communication challenges. There's definitely the sense here that maybe there's something that you feel, I don't know, that you feel perhaps that maybe you are either not being treated fairly, or somehow you're not being heard in something, and it may be saying it's a case of needing to let something go and keep things under control for now while still standing your ground. Okay. So again, I don't know, take that as it resonates. 12th house is Pisces energy. Pisces has to do with what's hidden, what's unconscious, what we don't see, what might be in the realm of the imagination, but often it's just things that they may be subconscious, they may be hidden from ourselves, and they may be something that is, that we might be afraid of. So we have Isis with the 2 of water. Okay, that's interesting. Because 2 of water, now it's interesting, we see all these 2 energy over here with finances. So I do wonder if this has to do with fears about some kind of connection, maybe that has to do with finances, since that's what else is being reflected in this reading. And Isis is also a number 2 here, and this is the card of the mother. And you've got this mother card down here. But it can also indicate a situation that requires patience, that requires compassion. Lots of watery stuff in here, which is kind of interesting. And yet you're in this position of, take no crap and no prisoners over here. And maybe, again, feeling in this defensive mode, perhaps with a friend or with somebody in your networks. But there does seem to be, I don't know, there is just something that needs to change or be let go of. And yeah, with this Two of Water and Isis, I don't know, this could be unconscious, either a desire for a relationship or an unconscious concern about a relationship, perhaps, or about, if there has been any crisis or difficulty, although I'm not seeing crises or difficulties at all with love, if that's what the issue is. But there still might be some secret doubts or concerns about that, or at least about a relationship where maybe you feel a deep emotional connection. Maybe that's the thing that you need to let go of. Maybe there is a connection that you need to let go of, and maybe unconsciously you're still concerned about doing that. And Isis, yeah, there's this strong mother energy here. So I don't know. I don't know if this has to do with a child for somebody, if it's you becoming a mother, although I'm not really seeing that here per se. But there just seems to be something, or maybe some concerns about a mother or mothering. I mean, there's very strong mother energy with this. But again, it also could just be a situation where maybe you're feeling angry about something and what you actually need is to try to build bridges and have some compassion. Even though I feel like it might be a situation where that's not that easy to do, or maybe for whatever reason you might feel, you might be feeling testy about certain things, but it seems like there's a situation that you can walk away from because there are new opportunities for you. Now, overall, we have Ta, which is the Capricorn energy. So this is definitely more, even though it's Capricorn, it is more in line with your energy, because this is about building something slow and steady, being practical, keeping your feet on the ground, and you have it with the Chariot. Okay, so the Chariot is actually about movement. Okay, so this is taking control of the situation, through something practical, something methodical, and just chipping away at something a little at a time, or building something a little at a time. So overall, there's actually this is actually a really good reading for the retrograde. But it does seem to me that there are some relationships here, maybe some instances where you may have to keep your temper under control, and where you may have to be reevaluating something. I mean, there's definitely an ending and a beginning here, and that ending and beginning are definitely things that are going to open up your world for you. So let's just see, what does Virgo need to know for this March 26th through April 8th? It's going to pull a Moonology card for you. Let's see. Waiting to see who flips out at me here. Well, let's see how many. 3. You've got 3. Okay, interesting. Full moon in Virgo is the first one. You are good enough. Okay, so if there's somebody here maybe where you feel like you have to defend yourself in a situation, you are good enough. Okay. Luck is on your side. Okay, you have full moon in Sagittarius. Is it new moon? No, it's new moon in Sagittarius. Okay, so there's a situation here where, matters are going to flow easily to you. I mean, you definitely have this star and winged disc energy here. You have the world. I mean, everything you have here, really. I mean, there's a couple of spots of some insecurity, maybe some criticism, maybe unsurety about what to do, letting something go. But generally speaking, all the energy here is really, really good. I mean, you are in this bit of a defensive mode, but it does look like whatever's happening, whatever change is occurring, you're handling this, and luck is definitely going to be on your side here. And then you have the full moon card, which is surrender to the divine. Okay, so this definitely indicates that there are situations that are coming, with this probably being connected to the eclipses, maybe the lunar eclipse, which is happening on the 25th. But there is something here that is opening up. So surrender to the divine here. You definitely want to just allow things to flow. I feel like a lot of the water and the movement cards, like the Chariot, are just saying allow things to flow, because you are flowing into some kind of an ending and flowing into some kind of beginning. and everything is actually going to be okay. So I think if there's anything, just be careful about keeping your temper in check. There could be some communications that are either miscommunications or things that just don't come across that good. There does seem to be some kind of joint financial situation or some kind of choices about finances. And there definitely seems to be this idea of something that's been occupying your time and energy coming to an end, but bringing some new possibilities and opening new horizons. So yeah, actually great reading for this week, Virgo. I hope you have a great next couple of weeks. And if you did like this video, again, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you choose, and subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about these videos. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.